to bring the car into the courtroom.
They told me that they had this way they figured out to bring the vehicle into the courtroom. It was brilliant. It was absolutely wonderful. It has to be taken apart to fit into the courtroom. So they have to bring it in and put it together so that we can show the jury that fits with our story.
I'm familiar with bringing physical evidence into the courtroom, and Richard and Christy and I were all taught from the very beginning to try and do whatever you can to make the crime come alive to the jury. So the more you can do that with the actual evidence, the more you can make a jury appreciate what it's like to have been there. That had to be hugely helpful.
I think showing how close the driver's seat was to the passenger seat really brought home in a very palpable way how close she was to this man that she just let die.
So the physical evidence is presented to the jury. It's very compelling. But next up, her friends are going to take the stand.
We know it's a risk to bring her friends to the stand.
We're all wondering, what are they going to say? Is their testimony going to paint her to be a compassionate person? Or they're going to put the nail in the coffin?
What do your friends call you?
T.
On October 25th, 2001, did you have some plans to go out with Shantae?
Yes, I did.
T describes how Shantae gets off of work and she comes over to T's apartment, and it's probably 10:30 by then.
We have a drink.
What else did you do?
We split an X pill.
Talk about ecstasy?
Yes. And we smoked a joint.
And they go to Joe's Big Bamboo,
What kind of place is that?
It's an adult nightclub.
and they close the bar down. Then they leave, and T testifies that Shantae is too intoxicated to drive.
So who drove?
I did.
And what happened when you got to your place?
I offered to follow Shantae home, and she said she didn't need me to.
And then she gives us the phone call after Shantae has hit Greg Biggs, when she gives the words, "Come pick me up."
Like, as if a whisper.
Like she didn't want someone to hear it?
Yes.
When she called T to come to her house that night, Shantae did a good job of keeping T away from the body as long as possible, but she does at some point get a chance to go in the garage and see the body.
I saw the backside of a body lodged out of the window.
And when she's talking about it, to my eyes, it's still visibly affecting her because it's shocking. It's shocking to see a body like that.
And did she call 911?
No.
During the trial, I make a habit of looking at the defendant. I like to see their reaction. I noticed there were less tears when T was testifying and more anger at the times I did glance over there. She was angry. She'd been betrayed. So then T goes home, and Shantae called Cleet to help get rid of the evidence, to transport the body to Cobb Park.
With bloodshot eyes, Shantae Mallard listened to hours of testimony, the last of which came from her former boyfriend.
Cleet was challenging because Cleet did not like me.
You could tell there was a body in the car. Were you upset?
Yeah, I just got out of prison. I just got my life right to be a father to my kids.
She thought she just got you in trouble.
I knew she got me in trouble.
So you have him on the blanket, and what do you do with the blanket?
Tied up.
And then what'd you do?
Kind of like apologize, sort of, to him.
Here you have this hardened criminal